Hello everybody, how you doing today? I hope you are good. Welcome to a new video. So in this video guys, I want to introduce to you my league starter build, my minion league starter build, which I'm going to try to be as detailed as possible. So to get started, let's talk about the tree, the passive tree. So I've built it such that it has got Act 1 up to Act 10, all the stages you go through up until you transition into Carrion Golems, without the Animal Stone, the Primordial Might, and all of those other Primordial Jewels, right? Which makes it easier this time around, right? So in Act 1, we go for Deep Wisdom and Lord of the Dead, right? Now I'm debating it might be better to come for Indomitable Army to make your minions last a bit longer and take minions leech 1% of damage, or just go here for Act 1. This will be Act 1. So this you can choose what you want. Go for this, go for Indomitable Army, or come for Arcanist Dominion and get a bit of HP from these nodes, right? So you can do what you want here, it's interchangeable. So after Act 1, Act 2, this is when we go for either Indomitable Army if you went for this in Act 1. But if you took Indomitable Army in Act 1, you can come here for Arcanist Dominion in Act 2, you pass through this Heart and Soul life node, and then you come to Enduring Bond. As for Masteries, we take minions attacks overwhelm 20% of physical damage reduction for this one, and then this one you take minions leech 1% of damage of life as life, right? And then in Act 3, we are going to come down and take quick recovery for more life and more regen, and then we take sacrifice and spiritual command, right? And then we also take 20% increased effect of offerings, and minions have +8 to all maximum elemental resistances, right? This is also when we take our first ascendancy. Just after we kill Dominus, we take our first ascendancy. We go for Command of Darkness because it gives us a bit of attack speed and cast speed to us and our allies. It gives us 30% increased damage to us and our allies, and it also gives us 30 elemental resistances to both us and our allies, which will be helpful for our minions to stay alive, us to stay alive, because when we enter Act 6, we need as many, all the resistances we can get, because Act 6 can be rough if you don't fix your resistances, right? So from Act 3, Act 4, we beeline for data attunement. This gives us +1 zombie, +1 skeletons, +1 spectre, right? And we have minions we take minions have 250 +250 to accuracy rating, because we'll be running skeletons at this point, because skeletons really need accuracy. So this plus precision, a leveling precision gem, should give us our skeletons decent accuracy so that they don't miss their hits, right? So once we get this point, we'll be running 2 specters, right? Once we have 2 specters, you can get your chieftains, 2 chieftains. As you go, they give you frenzy charges and power charges, you can chieftain and the host chieftain. I mean, they die easily, but they're easy to get in acts anyway, so you can get them if you want. And then in Act 5, we go for Purity of Flesh, a lot of HP and some Chaos Rares, and we take Life Mastery, 50% to max life. And then we also take Retribution, gives us minion damage, some strength that we definitely need, and some intelligence, right? Then we get into Act 6, we take some Reservation Efficiency, Sovereignty, and take auras from your skills, they have 10% increased effect on you. And we also get Righteous Army. This gives us minion damage and regen for both our minions and us, 1% life, right? And then Act 7, we take Redemption, damage and attack speed for our minions, always good. And then we take Discipline, a lot of HP, right? And then Act 8, we come down here, we take Grave Pact. It gives us a lot of accuracy rating for our minions, and minions have 6% chance to do double damage. This is quite a decent damage for us, and it gives our minions a lot of DPS. It will be easier to destroy bosses at this point. And you get, once you create Grave Pact, you can go and do your second ascendancy, right? Our second ascendancy this time around, Mindless Aggression, has been changed. Minions have 20% more life, minions deal 10% more damage. On paper, this is more damage and more HP, but the HP was just moved from Bone Barrier to Mindless Aggression, which is good for our acts that will give us that will make our minions last longer, right? So if you do find a ghastly eye jewel, you can just socket it in there, or whatever jewel you find, you can just socket it in there. Then we go to Act 9. We come and take Golem Commander, right? +1 to maximum number of summoned golems, right? And that's it for Act 9, it appears. And then Act 10, Crow Lab. We take some HP here. We take Crow Preparation, and that's it for Act 10, right? Yep. We take some HP, and then we hit up. Oh, this is also Cruel Lab. Yes, sorry, Cruel Lab. We take Bone Barrier. Now this time around, Bone Barrier is quite good because 1% damage dealt by minions is least to you as life. So the more DPS our minions are doing, the more we will have a better recovery, and our minions are tankier now because they get maximum 40% of maximum life as extra energy shield, and then also 1% additional physical damage reduction per minion, up to 10%, which is always a good thing for us. Then we hit up Maps Uber Lab. When we hit our Uber Lab, we come for Gravy Tensions, right? Minions have 20%, 27% chaos resistances, and we take that Mana Mastery for reservation efficiency. And then we also beeline for some HP, Tireless, and we get Constitution here. And we also get Combat Stamina, some armor, some regen, and some life. Right, because we want to have as much armor and HP as possible. Then we hit our Uber Lab. So for our Uber Lab, we are taking Mistress of Sacrifice, right? In fact, no, let's not take Mistress of Sacrifice because we won't be using ones. We won't have an auto casting Desecrate and Fresh Offering. So let's switch this to Plague Bringer. This will give us nearby allies take 10% more damage, and nearby enemies deal 10% reduced damage to us, right? And also, if we've consumed a corpse recently, you and your allies have 30% area of effect, but we won't be running a trigger. What do you call it? A trigger Fresh Offering. Will be manually casting it, right? So this will help us. Our Carrion Golems, they get more AOE. They clear better. Maps, when you get your first cluster jewel, we are going to remove this HP node here, right? And we are going to remove Gravy Tensions so that we can grab our cluster jewel up here. We go for Feasting Fiends, Renewal, Call of the Slaughter, whatever is cheap you can find that is 8 passive, right? Just try to get Renewal and Feasting Fiends on them. And then we can get our Life from Death and Blessed Rebirth. Life from Death and Blessed Rebirth. This is because our skeletons can die easily if they don't have Blessed Rebirth. They have like 4 seconds before they die. And then we take Uncompromising Determination as 50% mana reservation efficiency. Right. Now let me change this again here. Right. Okay. So that's that for our cluster jewels. Then for Carrion Golem transition, the only change for our transition. The only requirement for transition this time around is to have some clay shapers. So if you have clay shapers, 2 clay shapers, you can go ahead and transition to Carrion Golems. Okay, clay shapers and clay shapers and summon Carrion Golem of Force. Post this gives us +3, which will give us 6 Carrion Golems. So you see this setup is doing 3,660,000 shaper DPS. Right, let me just show you its shaper DPS right here, Guardian Pinnacle Boss, right? And then as for custom modifiers, this is our Spectres, right? Demon Harpy, this is not a Spectre, this is Vulnerability, and this is Arena Master, right? And then we have AG, 50% increased damage from the Helm Learcast, and 18% increased damage from the staff, what's it called, the staff, the Dying Light staff, right? So I also have in the notes section act by act gemlinks, right? Act by act gemlinks, right here. You see act 1, act 2, act 3, act 4, act 5, act 6. So you know what sockets, what things you might need to find. And then I have a spreadsheet which I'm going to show you just now. This one, okay. We have the POB, and then we have act 1. For those who are new, who don't know how to where to get the gems, you kill your log and all of that, and you have your target passive tree for act 1 and your end links for act 1, Then Act 2 is the same, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, and then Act 6 to Act 10. I don't really need to do Act 8, Act 7 to Act 8, 9, because you'll be basically running the same links, okay? And then early mapping as you go on. Right. This you'll be using trigger wand if you are still using skeletons. But the moment you transition into Carrion Golems, like here, you will need to get just 2 clay shapers, and that's it. And then crafting videos for some of the rest that you might need there as well. And then we have a animate guardian gear. I have it right there. Right. So I think that's it for now. So I'm just going to tell you something that you might need to know for this build. In Act 1, you need a lot of transmutation orbs. So vendor unidentified items, unidentified rare, unidentified magic items to get transmutation shards, which you can in turn combine into to get a transmutation orb. In Act 2, you need orbs of alteration. So you vendor identified rare and magic items to get alteration shards that will give you an alteration orb. So keep that in mind while you're playing, if you're going to be playing this build or any Necromancer build, because you need those. Basically, I think any build in Act 1 you need more transmutation orbs, right? So keep that in mind. Anyway, that's the video, guys. If you love minions, if you want to follow along with me, I don't know if I play this build specifically, but I'm definitely doing a Necromancer on League Start. That's it, guys, for this video. You can get the POB in the description. Any links you want. I'll put also my cheat sheet. No, well, not cheat sheet. My leveling guide, the spreadsheet. I'll put it in the description as well. And if you find any of this video helpful, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I'd really appreciate it, guys. I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers this league, so I'm going to be putting out a little bit more content. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.